Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and taking back once again with some more Tekken 8 ranked matches as I continue to try to climb up the ranks through here as I'm on the verge of my promotion match into Mighty Ruler yet again. I just kind of keep working my way through Mighty Ruler and Tenryu and just keep going back and forth. But let's see if I can actually find some consistency today. And it looks like my first one's going to be a Lili player, so let's see what we get done here. Well, I was not prepared for him to actually get launched off that because I was actually trying to do a completely different move. Alright, he does get launched there. He just looks like he does kind of crouch quite a bit. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, I went for the low there. Alright, do you crouch for me? They do not. Alright, we get the launch. I fucked that up like you would not believe. Alright, we'll catch him at the mid anyway. And that gets me around on the board here. Alright, we'll go for low. Alright, they were looking out for that. Alright, just don't walk into that, me. Alright, we are plus there. Since they got their back against the wall, I want to try to keep momentum a little bit here. Oh, I thought I was gonna get the wall split there. Went for the wall combo. I thought they were going to be a little bit closer than that, but they really were not. Alright, I guess that's plus. I tried to act there. I tried to do that on the initial heat activation, but I unfortunately did not get the input. And his heat is a low. I always forget about that. Alright, let's try to be patient here. We are plus after that. Alright, we'll go for the grab there. Alright, they do get hit by that. This should give me wall, I think. Or I just completely overestimated how far that would go. Alright, they whipped the launcher there. I'm going to go 4-4-3. And I was taking a guess that they would be looking out for a low, so this went for mid. Alright, we are plus. Alright, walk right into that. We're going to crouch. I thought I was going to be well closer than that. I was trying to keep momentum. Alright, gotta keep a look out for his heat engager because it's a low. Well, fuck me. I ran right into it. Oh, I thought I was blocking low. I guess a little bit slow. Alright, well, we're tied at 2 games apiece here. Alright, we are plus there. They do crouch immediately. Alright, they whiffed back-to-back launchers, and I just walked right into one. Trying to punish them for the one they initially whiffed. Okay. Alright, I'm going to keep momentum here. Let's push him back into the wall. Alright, a light breeze will kill me, so we gotta keep a lookout. I went for it just because I hadn't done it in a while, but that's just like the one string they're looking at. Alright. Well, we dropped the first game here, but let's see if we can recover. We started out strong, and then I threw it away. But alright, let's see if we can try to knock this up here. But alright, that's going to be easier said than done. I'm just going to try to sidewalk here. I'm going to try to sidewalk, and it's not going to matter. Alright. Holy fucking shit, did that go forever far away. It never ceases to amaze me how far fucking some of these moves go. Like, my god. Like, it really just felt like they went halfway across the world. Alright, this is unfortunate. There we go. I walked right the fuck into that. Alright. Alright, whiffed on that. Alright, I guess that is plus. Really? I got launched again? I didn't feel like I really did anything launch punishable there. Alright, I'm gonna keep the momentum there. Alright, that dude's he's gonna crouch there every single time. I haven't even had a chance to get off the ground yet. And of course, it's a low, it's a fucking low. Okay, well, I thought I was blocking mid, but I suppose not. He's gonna be crouching here. And I did the wrong move, of course I did. There we go, I did the right thing, but just too late. I thought that was catching for sure. Alright, well, we get around on the board here. Let's try to make something happen. Alright, we do manage to catch him there for once. Managed to catch him again. So take the wall. Alright, he catch me with the launcher there. I was looking out for the... Alright, he does lose his heat though. That was a really unfortunate whiff because it really looked like that hit him. That was really unfortunate. I thought for sure that made contact, but a little bit shorter than what I thought. Well, that was really unfortunate, and once again, I dropped the first game in the video. Go figure. But I could games that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. Go up against a wall ring player. Let's see if I can actually make a right decision or two and not get my ass kicked in. Well, let's see what we can do here. Alright, they whiffed there. I should have punished it. Alright, go for low. They weren't looking out for it there. We are plus in that scenario. Alright, they were crouching. Alright, I do want to try to keep wall here. Go for a grab. I didn't think they'd expect it being that close to the wall. And we'll heat right through their heat activation. So I'll take the first round here. Alright, thankfully that checked their option. Alright, I mashed there to see if they let me get away with it. I should have figured they wouldn't. Alright, see if I can get up off the ground. Alright, we go for a grab. They do. Check me there. Alright, we'll do this. Get me out of the corner. Catch him on the back step. And get him with the down back three. Alright. Now, is it smart to waste my rage art as a eject myself out of the corner tool? Probably not. But it happened to work in that scenario. Okay, well, I'll try to take my turn back to get me out of the corner there. I tried to interrupt him. Alright, they tried to heat right back. I can give that opportunity. I was not prepared for that grab, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, managed to catch him there. Alright, they did sidewalk it. I hadn't done that yet, so I just wanted to see what their reaction would be. Alright, I'll take that. We'll go for the mid here. The right call. I did the wrong button though, so it didn't really help me too much. No blocking the low. I do want to keep momentum here, so I'm gonna mash Rage Art out just to keep him up, or not Rage Art, but Heat Smash just to keep him up against the wall. And we do get a game on the board here against Waring. Alright, see if we can manage to close the set out here. But that might be asking a little bit too much, but we'll do what we can. Alright. Alright, I tried to do a down forward one and it did not work. Okay, well, this is definitely a Waring round. Yep, I tried to use heat to get me out of the corner, but it did not work. Alright, that was a Waring round if I ever saw one. Alright, skyrocketed a jab. That's unfortunate. That's not the move I wanted, but it sure is the move I got. Really? Off heat? I did not get my Rage Art. I tried to do that to keep him in check, and it did not work. I'm just gonna sidewalk here. Well, you know, I caught my sidewalk, so every option I pick has been wrong so far. Alright, went for a grab there. I thought that was gonna whiff, but boy, was I wrong. Alright, we are plus here. They don't block the low. I thought I was still blocking there. Alright, no blocking the low. And we are still plus, and they get hit there. Okay. I was a little bit too far away, maybe to take advantage of those plus frames, but still. I tried to launch him for that. Alright, still not looking out for the low. I need to take that to my advantage. It's not really looking out for it. Alright, we're gonna keep momentum here. Alright, well, that string is eating him alive, and until it doesn't, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I sidewalked him, but still got hit. It's really unfortunate. Alright, we are plus there. Alright, this combination has really been fucking him up, but that time he actually finally low parried it. So we'll keep that in mind. Alright, well, I don't know why he did that. He just absolutely threw that away. So we'll take the grab and we'll take the game off of him. Alright, well, I'm on promotion chance in the Mighty Ruler yet again. Let's see if I can get in there and actually keep the damn rank for once. But good games to the opponent, and I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here, so let's see if we can end this shit out on a positive note. Looks like we're going up against a Lili player, so let's see what we can get done. Hopefully I don't get hit by a bunch of bullshit, which would be completely my fault, like that. Alright, well, we hit her with that. Let's get our stacks up. By that time they do crouch, gotta keep that in mind. Alright, now I know that they're crouching. Well, not only they're crouching, they're just not blocking at all. So let's try to take advantage of that. Alright, we're going to sidewalk here. Alright, they get hit there. I should have did a way better combo there. I'm gonna heat up. They were just immediately able to get out of that. All right, I wasn't expecting a grab there, I'll be completely honest. All right, we're not gonna let him stand in there and twirl, and then hit him with running 1+3, or 1+2. I'm stupid. Well, a lot of good did me to tech that grab, because I just got immediately counter hit for teching it. I mean, I wasn't counter hit for teching it, but it felt like it because I just got right out of it. All right, well, I'm not gonna be able to stand up ever again, it looks like. I'll take that. And they get hit there. We'll get our stacks up. I definitely tried to rage art him on the heat activation, but didn't get it, but it doesn't matter, we're gonna get it here. Alright, there's another game on the board. Alright, this person has not shown me that they are willing to block at all, so we're gonna have to try to take advantage of that and try to reinforce plus frames where I can get them and actually make the right options to what they're gonna try to do to get out of that. But alright, there's a round of the game on the board. Let's see if we can actually manage to win a set. Alright, we're gonna try to sidewalk this again. I can't pick the right decision. I can't really afford to be too defensive here, because they're gonna be really offensive. I tried to spin it before I lost it. I'll take that. Let's get some stacks. Alright, that is not the option to pick against that, and they still haven't figured that out. Alright, I picked every wrong decision that I could have there. Had the advantage pretty much the whole time, but just threw it away. Alright, I got a little bit of a late push on that one. Alright, we had the same idea. There's just... What the... Why was I off course there? We'll take that. Now we're going to hold this out. That didn't go nearly as far as I'd hoped or dreamed. Okay. Alright, let's try to maintain balance here. I'm just kind of letting them get away with stuff that they shouldn't be getting away with. Oh, I did the wrong kick. Alright, we'll get him with the low jab. Or I should say ducking jab. I call it a low, I don't mean like it, that it hits low. Alright, we get a launcher around start. Good start. I messed up the combo though, but better than nothing. Alright, they went for a grab there. It was a good call. Alright, we are going to heat up here. Alright, they ducked there. Alright, so I dropped this me. We need to get some stacks here. I mean, I guess I already had my stacks, so it really didn't matter. And we get him with running 1+2. Alright, they tried to act there. They're probably going to crouch. Or they... Was that a parry? Did Lili have a parry? I have no idea. Alright, we're going to go for a grab. They do take it. They tried to act there despite us being plus. And we'll do down back 3 twice until they lose. Which I will gladly take. Well, alrighty. Well, after a rough start to the video, managed to win our last two sets. So we got a little bit of a cushion, the Mighty Ruler here, so it doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to keep it, but hopefully we can stay on the right track here. But good games to the opponent. If you made it this far in the video, I do thank you for watching. I guess I didn't say I was going to end the video here, but I'm ending the video here. But like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.